Hey everyone, today's webinar is going to be kind of going over list views and kind of being able to see what you've done, what you've got open. You all know from watching the other videos that on your homepage you can see your open tasks. You can see the tasks that you have coming up. You can see the events that you have coming up. But I know from working with you guys in the past that you like to be able to track and see what you've done for the day, what you've done for the last week. And I've been doing some research on creating list views, and I've actually set up a bunch of them here in the last day or so that I'm pretty excited to show you guys. So let's start off with kind of seeing completed events, activities, tasks, all that good stuff. So let's scroll down all the way to the bottom on your homepage. You can get to the calendar. You'll see the activity list view. We're going to go ahead and click that. I'm logged in as Matt Whetstone here. And you'll notice on this little drop down here a few new options that I added. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this to give us a little more room. So one thing I added was a list view to show you guys all the completed activities that you've had for the last 7 days. So you can view this view in this list. And what it allows you to do is you can sort by any of these columns basically, but it's going to show us all the completed activities that you've had for the prior 7 days. So if you're running a report or you want to see, all the activities that you've completed this week or the last 7 days, you can kind of do that. It's a little difficult to tell the system to do it this week. So if it's a Wednesday or something, or today's a Thursday, for instance, if you wanted to see just this week, you could start on, the 29th or the 30th, depending on when you wanted to look from. But basically, it's going to pull for the last 7 days. So if you click on due date, it's going to sort it by the oldest to the newest. So this is stuff dating back to last Thursday, Friday, and then we get into the 30th was Monday. So if we wanted to see everything we've done for Monday, you can start here and kind of work your way down, and you can see everything that you've got in this list. You can see that it gives you a grand total of all the events. So basically in the last 7 days, Matt's completed 115 events, which is awesome. You can see all the good information on here. If you need help with viewing, or you want to look at some different types of views or add different information, the possibilities are really endless. You can kind of sort by any of these headers here. You can print this report if you want to as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is one of them. This is the one that I did on the last 7 days of completed activities. A few other ones that you can look at. The My Activities one is the default one that comes on here. The problem with that one is it pulls in all your activities ever. And especially if you've been doing this for a while, they'll have activities dating back a long time. So you're looking through thousands of rows of data. So it's not totally helpful to me, just because if you're trying to narrow down to 1 day or 1 week, it's kind of tough. So that's why these creating new views is nice. Like I said, we did the one for the last 7 days. The My Delegated and My Team activities, we're still working on building out the teams on, so don't worry so much about those right now. Open activities is another one that we put on here. Open activities will show you anything that you have open for future dates. So you can kind of see anything that's still left open that hasn't been completed. So if you want to kind of get a heads up on what you've got open, that if you want to get a head start on it, you can run that, the open activities. Today's activity is going to give you a rundown of everything that you have scheduled for the day. So if you want to see all the activities, this is going to pull in events and tasks all in one place. So if you want to get one, snapshot of what you've got for the day, if you want to run a report just to see what you've completed for the day, you can run today's completed activities. It's still early in the morning here, so you can see that nothing's showing up on here. But once Matt starts completing these activities on the day for today's activities, they'll show up on today's completed activities. And then upcoming events is just going to show specific events that are time related. So, if you've got a tour or something coming up, this is going to show only events. So what I try to do is get activities in these lists, so it shows events and tasks. If you want to break it down, though, you can see just events in one section here. You can also see it, obviously, on your calendar on the dashboard. But I think this is going to be helpful for you guys to be able to run what you've completed the last 7 days to narrow it down. Anything you have open with past dates. So open activity is going to be anything that is from a past date or for today's date that is still open. Today's activities is going to show you everything you had for the day, whether it's open or not. And then today's completed activities is going to show you everything you've got completed for the day. So I know you guys like to run the numbers and see how many calls you're making, how many activities altogether. The today's completed activities will allow you to do that and see how many you've completed. And the 7 days is going to allow you to do it for a week span. So if you wanted to, you could get in the habit of every Monday or whatever day of the week you do it, running this report and seeing what you've done for the last 7 days. And it's pretty cool, I think. Some of the other activities and list views I've created for everyone, if you go under leads, you can see my active leads I broke down. So my active leads will show you all the list of leads that are set up as active in the system. So anyone who does not have a lead status of unqualified. I also put in an unqualified lead section. So if you wanted to, you can run it and just see everyone you have flagged as unqualified. I think what I'm going to do in the future too is set up a couple different lead status views. So one for, unread leads. We've actually got one for unread leads. So this would be anything that's been unread, so not looked at by you, not edited. But I might set up some that kind of go over a couple different things. Like on my actives, you'll notice some are open, not contacted, and some are working contacted. Once I talk to some of you guys and see if it'd be helpful, I can set up another list view that would say, working contacted, and one that said open, not contacted. So you could run two separate views to see your leads that haven't been contacted yet, that you may need to contact still, obviously, or the ones that are working contacted. You'll notice too, you've got some stuff for Pardot leads. You can see recently viewed leads. You can see today's leads, the leads that you put in today, which is pretty nice. It looks like Matt put some in today actually, so that's pretty cool. Some of these may have came in automatically, but you can see these are the leads that have come in with a created date of today's date. So you can see any leads that you've done for today. For accounts, you can either look at all accounts or my accounts, which is going to be anything that was put in by you. You can create new list views and work with me about sorting these as well. But you've got the option, obviously, to look at just your accounts or everyone's accounts too. But again, you can do different sorts on the accounts as well. Contacts, same thing. You can see all contacts. You can see recently viewed contacts or just my contacts, which are going to be contacts that you are the account owner on. Opportunities, I did a lot on here as well. So my opportunities is going to show you all your opportunities if you click go. The nice thing with opportunities is you can kind of sort by the stage, so you can see it, different type of things. You can sort by move-in date, but instead of doing that, I broke it down into a bunch of different views too. So you can see, hey, I want to see everything that's closing next month that has a move-in date of next month. I want to see all the ones that are closing this month. You can see all the ones that have been lost, all the ones that have been won, all the recently viewed opportunities, your opportunity pipeline, which is going to look basically like this. All the new ones that you've entered in or have been entered in this week, all of your opportunities as a whole. And then I broke them down by percentages as well. So if you wanted to see all your 10%, you can put in 10% and it'll show you all your 10%. If you wanted to see all your 90%, you can see anyone who's at 90%. I think these list views are really helpful, especially the ones that go over your activities. So the ones that I did in the beginning of the webinar, I think are going to be especially helpful to you guys to see what you're doing on a daily basis. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Salesforce support at sigholding.com. Thanks.